Okay, this is the quarterfinals of the October monthly challenge. I'm up against a skilled opponent who I have a lot of respect for, so I expect this won't be easy. Deck lists are open. I'm up against a fairly standard 16 land mono blue Dreadnought deck, and this is going to be a keeper. Thanks to the Cabal Therapy. Going to 6. With a land count so low, I assume it was probably just a 0-lander or something. Anyway, looking at the list, they've got like the full 4 days. They've got 2 Flash of Insight, which is a bit of a pain. But anyway, it's fairly conventional overall. Should focus on the actual game that's happening. Name Phyrexian Dreadnought. Nice, got one. Okay, good. Off to a nice start here. That is a bad, bad draw. I need to resolve a survival or it will not do anything. There's 0 targets. Yeah, there's no point in flashing back right now. Better to just save it. And I can't keep them off the combo, so why bother? Anyway, I'm happy to have the wall. It'll get me to a point where I'm not even a little bit concerned about days. Yeah, I'm just going to pass again. Just nothing to gain from acting. An Impulse, very good draw for the opponent. Yeah, really thinking about it. Makes sense that it would be a hard decision. I don't think it's a Dreadnought, because against this deck, I mean, you can see my list. It would be the smart move to just go for it, especially with Vision Charm backup. So yeah, it was probably like Island versus some good draw spell or something. I don't know. Oh, there's Dreadnought. Okay. They're going for the charm. That's cool. I guess the charm is the better one to use in this particular scenario. I'm a little surprised he didn't target me with that portent. This would have been the time for it. Yep, Bone Shredder not doing me any favors. Game 1 is really hard against Dreadnought. I'll be fortunate if I pull this out. Oh, I should see. Yeah, he did not shuffle. Oh, Drain Hermit. Maybe I could get to a point where I can block the Dreadnought. They only have 1 Boomerang in the deck. However, if I play the Hermit first, then I'll have to pay Echo, and I won't be able to put down the Baloth to supplement its power. So I need to just do the Baloth now, and then end the turn. And then next turn, I need to Therapy on Stifle, so they can't stifle my Hermit trigger, and then play the Hermit. With Daze Protection, fortunately. Gosh, oof, man. Yeah, it was off to a really good start, but just the impulse to reassemble the combo followed by a gush is just, it was really brutal. And then I mean, it's not time to use it or anything, but oh man. But I I can see that they've got Flash of Insight ready to go to reload things. So I mean, I'm just gonna take it. Not a good good spot here. I will have to get very lucky. But who knows? Maybe it'll happen. So they've got 4 counterspell and 4 foil. If I flash back, I'm trying to think, like, do I need to not even flash it back to have a chance? Yeah, I think I do want to flash it back, I guess, on counterspell. And then play the Hermit. Though, even if they have a daze at that point, I still die. So if they have counterspell, flashing it back saves me. If they have daze, flashing it back kills me. They have like equal shot of having either because they have 4 of each. And if they have something else, I'm not going to name it. So because yeah, it would put the Wall of Roots down at the lower level, and I would gain 4. I would travel over for 3. I mean, I wouldn't be properly dead, but their Dreadnought wouldn't die in combat, so I may as well be dead. So I'm just going to go for it. If this works out, I'll be glad to still have the therapy, I guess. It's foil. All right, yeah, it's over. Okay, good stuff. And yeah, it is definitely over, right? Yeah, I put 3 on 1 creature, then I take, yeah, just the whole. Can't even like damage on this, stack my way out of it. Okay, well, not a big surprise to lose game 1 to Dreadnought. I've got 2 cards in the whole deck that kill it, and I didn't draw either of them. Okay, so this is going to be where I hopefully turn it around. Hypnotic Spectre is insane. Go to Masticore. I don't want Baloth. All that stuff I absolutely need. Naturalize comes in. My cat thinks I'm talking to her. That's funny. Oh man, what else do I take out? I could take out the other hermits. They aren't super good. Like, they can counterspell it, they can daze it, they can foil it, they can stifle it. They have just so many ways to mess it up somehow that cost a lot less than the hermit. So I think I can afford to lose those. On their side, they're probably putting in some number of Annul, maybe even the full 4, and they've got 2 Curse Totem. They get 1 armor, but they know that's not good against me. At this point, it's additional Tempting Worms or no additional Tempting Worms. Little bit of a dilemma. I kind of want at least one of them. Like, I really took out a lot of my offensive power. I could put one in. Oh, of course, Bone Shredder. Totally overlooked that. Anyway, that's why I take my time with this kind of thing. So 100% useful, 100% useful, 100% useful. I could take out the Elder maybe, but it's probably better to just take out a Wall of Roots instead. And I'll put in the Tempting Worm. And this feels like the configuration. I do not want any of the other stuff. I'm not going to bother with Withered Wretch for their flashes. They only have 2, and it's just, it has like 1 purpose, and that's it. It just doesn't really serve me very well. So is Wall of Roots the one I want to cut down on, or is it Yavimaya Elder? I think I'd, just for the sake of variety, I mean, I am a survival deck. I'm just going to keep it like this. Okay. So that was an interesting game, but I don't know. I had like a little glimmer of hope with that mulligan and that direct hit with the therapy, but you know, 2 Dreadnoughts show up and it's just over. So I'll play first here, of course. And yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna not keep this. It has my answer. It has some pressure. Just gonna run out the bird. Therapy. Wow, what a draw. Um, hmm. That was extremely lucky. I am going to... I'm going to play the therapy. And I'm going to name Phyrexian Dreadnought as threat number 1. Opt. Interesting. I don't know why they'd opt, though. Maybe, I mean, there's no way I'd name opt. That can't possibly... I mean, actually, I think that guarantees that they do have Dreadnought, but then they know, if they know I'm naming Dreadnought blind on Cabal Therapy, and they, like, go to great lengths to, like, foil my therapy or whatever, then I'm definitely flashing it back. I don't know. I feel like that had to have been a mistake. So, anyway, I'm absolutely naming Dreadnought. Got a hit. Awesome. And now I need to consider if it makes sense to just run out the worm. They're going to have 2 lands, but they're going to want a land for foil. And I mean, I guess they'll be able to opt, and then they'll be able to flash sooner. But I mean, 5 power on the board is really good. Would I even want to therapy? I mean, why bother? I can just hold on to that therapy for later when I need to force something through the foil. Yeah, whatever. I mean, I gotta put on pressure. It's a really important thing to do in this kind of matchup. I know we can't daze it. Maybe I'll just force a foil. I mean, that works for me. Like, I'm not at a stage where I would therapy the foil to stop them from 3-for-1ing themselves, but I am definitely at a stage where I would play the Tempting Worm. Yeah, there we are. Okay, cool. So I'm pretty satisfied with that. Time to end the turn. Yeah, that turn went well. They're in a pretty weak spot here. Do I want to do walls first? Yeah, I think I do. Right. They are opting, sort of building up that flash of insight. Totem. All right. I guess I should have done this in response. Oh well, whatever. I mean, I would have been exposed to days, so no, I'm not. I don't know. I should have at least thought about it more, honestly. Whatever. They have no way to counter that. Oh, they can Vision Charm it at least. That's clever. But then I can kill it with Nantuko Vigilante, so that is still quite alright. Yeah, I guess I want to run these down individually. Yeah. Okay, so I'll play that. And now I will end the turn. Okay, Totem comes back. Wow. Let's see. They're gonna flash for 4. Try and get it Stifle or another charm. Alternatively, I can just play the worm. I think playing the worm makes more sense. Just put that good stuff on the board. So first I'll attack. Yeah, this feels right. I guess the worst case scenario is they flash into Gush and then they draw like good stuff off of Gush. But I mean, Tempting Worm just does a lot. And if I had tried to flip and they dug into an answer, then I mean I wouldn't have been able to play the worm. I would have had to wait a turn, then they could flash. Or I mean I guess they would have to flash for the answer, but well, most likely. I don't really know what their second card in hand is. Anyway, let's see what they hit here. There's some risk in it, but I don't know. Just like how there's always trade-offs in this kind of a high pressure match. You're never really safe against mono blue Dreadnought. Nice. And yeah, at this point, maybe I can just get him. Alright, so untap. Oh, wow. Alright. I guess that works pretty well. I'm going to flash back. I'm going to name Vision Charm. They've got, what, 3 of each in their deck? Yeah. Vision Charm. It's a Stifle. Okay. Well, good thing I came prepared with a Naturalize. That worked out very well. And now if they want to make another Dreadnought, it'll cost them their Stifle, and then the Stifle will cost them their Dreadnought. This one's looking very good for me. I mean, if they have Gush this turn, that would be a problem. But definitely in a good place overall. Yeah, this is one of those nice games where Curse Totem it can just be left in play. It's a huge benefit of sideboarding into Tempting Worm. It really helps you ignore the totem. Oh, interesting. I mean, they'd annul it, but at least it would get rid of the annul. Does it make sense to play this? Yeah, I think it does. I'm just gonna run it into the annul. I don't think they have stifles after board. They have a fair amount of stuff to bring in. You know, just say goodbye to the annul, and that'll be my way of getting rid of it. I'm guessing this is it. Another Dreadnought. Interesting. Do they have... It would have to be another Stifle. Vision Charm would still kill them. Maybe they hope I'll get paranoid. I don't know. Vision Charm. Yeah. Yeah, that ain't gonna cut it. That's gonna kill him. It was a super intense game. Alright, well, the game plan really did its thing. Very pleased with the outcome. So now that I'm on the draw, maybe some number of days has come back in. I mean, like with all this discard though, I mean, a huge downside to it, even when they're on the play, is like I can see the days just a lot of the time. Elder is better against a resolved totem for what that's worth. And maybe for that reason I'll hang on to it. It's a difficult decision. Yeah, I think this still feels right. If I'm lucky, I can just get them with Hypnotic Spectre. I don't know, it's a lot harder to do on the draw. Yeah, I'm not changing anything. Definitely had some well-timed naturalizes that last game. Yeah, it's a keeper. All right, they're thinking about it, so if they keep it, it's not. Well, it could still be really good, but sort of complicated with the order. I guess I can't really jump to conclusions about it. But yeah, they're hanging on to it after, like, I guess a moderate amount of looking at it. Yeah, I absolutely have to go for Dreadnought here. I mean, they know what I'm gonna name. Maybe they'll, maybe they'll foil it. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That would really be something. Yeah, they got Dreadnought. Let's see if they've got protection. I wonder if they had multiples. I mean, even with one, the game plan is to just go for it, right? I really hope it's Stifle. Nice. So I'm gonna go for the naturalize. Trying very badly in terms of like after the opening hand stuff. Really glad that worked out. I mean, there's only so much room. They, I just have no idea how many stifles they have. Ooh, that was a great draw. Really makes up for those two forests. Alright, let's see what we got. A null. Alright, that's a useless card. Let's drop this worm. Get the clock running. I mean, these useless cards make me kind of vulnerable for the moment. Okay, so I'm going to attack. Man, like I can't even play a Hypnotic Spectre if I draw it. It's really just not the configuration I wanted. Do I have any desire to play the wall? No, I'm just going to hold it in case I get survival. Just the added mana is basically useless. I don't know. Well, at least I got double black. Let's attack. The opponent really needs he needs to find some gas like immediately. Still just gonna end. I got an impulse. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to see. Gosh, also not what I wanted to see. But what are you gonna do? Just so much depends on how well these draws are going. Ooh. That's not good. Oh, Vision Charm. Nice. That's the one I wanted to see. was really good. Okay, I'm going to attack. Put them down to 5. Now they're in a bit of an awkward spot with regard to their life total. I'm definitely playing the forest, and do I want to just run out the Vigilante, or do I want to do... I could play Vigilante and then use it on their upkeep, or I could play Wall and Flashback Therapy on Counterspell, and then play the Vigilante but not be able to use it quite yet. I think that feels like the move. Oh wait, I can use the Wall of Roots to make mana. Never mind, this is very obvious now. I don't know why that didn't occur to me. Anyway, that's why you gotta think things through carefully. I mean, there's just so much to juggle with these kinds of things. Alright, let's go ahead and sack that wall. Like, I guess just regular old counterspell. It's a daze. Interesting. I'm going to play the Morph. They're probably going to daze it. I mean, they kind of have to. And yep, I already played my land. Want to make sure I didn't overlook that. A gush? Ooh, that is what they needed. Let's see, is this going to work for them? How many stifles have they gone through? 1 stifle, 1 charm. So they got 3 stifles still. Still can't attack. All of Blossoms. Ha! Wow. Alright. I guess that works. Okay. I'm going to play this. No reason not to. I'm going to flip this up. Oh, that's just it. Okay. There. Okay. Wow. Oh man. That was a scary match, but I feel like the deck performed well, and it was really fun and interesting.